1v1 playing with slubs. Oh, I need to fucking change. I need to change my.
Let's see if I'm supposed to do 1080.
Damn.
Let's see.
Titties. No, he did.
I just need to learn how to do this shit. I'm not gonna play until I get this figured out.
Where are you going? Oh my fucking god, bro. I'm fucking playing with this fucking kid. Why'd you leave? I wanted to play the game out.
Mira.
What's up guys, welcome back to the Gaming Careers YouTube channel where we teach you how to live stream and how to create content within the gaming niche. Now, a little over a year ago when this channel was super small, I created a video teaching people how to live stream on Twitch using OBS Studio and settings you need. I didn't know at the time, but when I created the video it instantly became my most popular video and it has remained my most popular ever since. I think at the time of recording it's taught nearly 700,000 people stream to Twitch. Now with that video being a little over a year old, it is also a little bit outdated. It has a lot of relevant information in it still, a bit outdated. Really for three main reasons. Firstly, OBS has had, 20 new since I made that video, so there's been lots of updates, including a nifty little information wizard, settings right, structure around the world. Have updated their broadcasting guidelines and settings you should use to stream since I created them. Thirdly, heavily invested, 20 new versions, heavily invested in their infrastructure all around the world. Have updated their broadcasting guidelines and settings you should use to stream since I created the video. Thirdly, graphics cards company AMD and Nvidia have also heavily invested into developing chips that they include with their newest graphics cards that help take the encoding process away from the CPU. So for those three reasons, the guide is a little outdated and today I'll do a 2019 version. Now, as with the previous video, Twitch server to stream to, what bit rate, what frame rate, what resolution, using the OBS configuration wizard. So first things first, let's download and install OBS by heading Linux versions as new to OBS. This may look a little bit sending out front to your viewer in each driver. That's the top audio source. Finally, on the right in the bottom, you have some control starting and stopping, stream or as well as getting into your. Below that, you also have some little info panels showing you how long you've been recording, as well as your CPU frame rate. Before diving straight into the settings and the configuration wizard, first thing that we want to do is set up our profile and our scene collector. If you look up at the top title bar here, you will see that we have profile, entitled, and title. That is because we haven't set up any profiles or OBS allows you to have multiple recommend naming this, whatever your channel name is, and the streaming platform. Make sure you have the right profile selected when you yes. So for me, that's going to be Gaming Careers Twitch, because I'm going to be streaming this profile to my Gaming Careers Twitch channel. OBS also allows you to have many different scene collections with their own set of scenes and side. We'll be selecting scene collection, rename, and rename it to whatever makes sense for you of our profile and scene. In the previous video that I recorded last year, at this point we had to dive deep settings of OBS and start testing our connection. At some point in the last year, OBS added the auto configuration wizard that test your computer and your internet through Twitch or YouTube or whatever platform you end up choosing. The aim of setting a lot of these complex settings like bitrate, server load tools, and select auto configuration wizard. A new window will appear which will ask you if you want to optimize your settings for streaming. Recording being a secondary, or if you are just optimizing for recording. Since this is the ultimate guide to streaming with OBS, I recommend that you guys choose the first option. Press next. The next screen allows you to select your base resolution or your canvas resolution for FPS preferences. Let's start with the base resolution. This should be set to the resolution that your game is running at. So if you're playing on a 1920 by 1080 monitor, but your game at that resolution also, you should select 1920 by 1080. It's worth noting that this isn't necessarily the same as the resolution that you will eventually stream at. OBS may advise to scale down your stream to something like 1280 by 720. It's important to set it here to monitor, more importantly, what your game resolution is. Since my monitor is 1440p, I will be selecting that resolution here. The second option is your frames per second or FPS. That allows you to choose a number of different options as you like to stream at. You can select some hard values like 30 and 60, or there's also these other two preference-based options. The first one, either 30 or 60, but prefer 60 when possible. This is for people who prioritize getting 60 frames per second over their resolution, whereas the 60 or 30 but prefer higher resolution, this is for people that want to prioritize getting a higher resolution over the 60 frames per second frame rate. So which of these options should you actually choose? Well, it's completely up to you. If you want the smoothest possible video, highest detailed resolution. Fast-paced games such as first-person shooters or racing games, I would recommend prioritizing 60 FPS. It only recommends 60 FPS or the higher resolution if it deems your computer connection are good enough. Once you've decided, you can click Next to move on to the Stream Information step. This is where you're going to be choosing which platform you wish to stream to, as well as entering. Firstly, Stream Type allows you to choose if you streaming service or if you want to be using the Information step. This is where you're going to be choosing which platform you
Tiny plant, one day will grow into the beyond famous star with cheese, only at Carl's Jr.
All you're gonna do is now you're gonna save it. Boom. Now you got full size. Okay. Alright. So first thing is we're gonna have to switch a file, something in the file. So you're gonna go hit the run command right here. Type in run down there. That's gonna come up. That's what you're typing right there. Percentage app data percentage. Okay, it's gonna bring up this right here. You're actually gonna go right here, you're gonna back up one, go to app data, then you're gonna hit local, go down to Fortnite game, right there, Fortnite game, saved, config, Windows client, and now this is the file you're looking for, game user settings. First thing before you get into it, because you're gonna want to change something on it, make sure you go to properties. Make sure that it's not read only, because if this is checked, that means like you're not gonna be able to change anything in it. So make sure it's unchecked. Apply. Okay. Once you double click that, this pops up. Now the only thing you're looking for is these two right here. Resolution, you set your size X, Y, and then the last user confirmed resolution size. You're gonna just leave the 1080. And then you're gonna rock 1440.
What's up, guys? As people will eventually stream at, OBS may advise to scale down your stream to something like 1280 by 720. It's important to set it here to what your monitor, and more importantly, what your game resolution is. Since my monitor is 1440p, I will be 60 over the resolution. It will only recommend 60 FPS or the higher resolution if it deems your computer and your connection are good enough to be able to handle it. Once you've decided, you can click Next to go onto the streaming step. This is where you're going to be choosing which platform you will stream to, as well as entering. Firstly, stream type allows you to choose if you're a streaming service or if you want to be using a custom streaming server. Since we're all streaming to Twitch here, next we'll get a drop down of all the different current services that OBS supports. So Twitch, YouTube, Mixer, Facebook, they're all in there. We're going to be selecting. Next, we need to enter our stream key. So this is the private key that we get from our Twitch account, and it's the only thing required by OBS to allow you to stream to that Twitch account. So this is a private key, should be kept private. To get the key, you can click the little link in OBS to open up your web browser to the right page where the stream key is shown. If you aren't already logged into Twitch on your browser, then you'll obviously need to log in before you. You can also always access your stream key by going to the Twitch website, then going to your dashboard, clicking channel under settings, which I'll be clicking as soon as I'm here. For hardware encoding, is that OBS will try and use the dedicated encoder chip if it has one. Usually preferable as it frees up your CPU, should in theory help reduce stream issues. However, hardware encoding does also usually result in a lower quality encoding for streaming. I personally would recommend using the hardware encoding and leaving this box checked. Obviously, if you're not sure whether or not your graphics card has encoding chip, you can leave this box checked and OBS will check for you. Actually, the ideal setup would be test both CPU encoding and GPU encoding on your stream and seeing which one you think makes better results, quality as well as in terms of system performance impact. Second box, which is estimate bitrate for the bandwidth test. This just means that OBS will perform tests to some local Twitch servers, various different resolutions and an ideal bitrate that you can stream at. Once you're happy, you can click Next and OBS will begin to start performing its configuration tests. What it is doing is streaming some random data at various different resolutions, bit rates and frame rates to Twitch servers without actually going live to try and work out what system and your connection is capable of. This test is pretty quick, takes less than a minute, and when it is complete you should get a window showing the test results. Take a look at all the different settings that OBS has recommended. Resolution the output stream will be at, as well as what OBS will then apply these settings to the current profile. I just want to reiterate something and make it really clear that this is OBS's estimate as to what the ideal settings for your setup would be. Most people at some point in their streaming career are going to have to jump into the settings window and change one or more of these values to keep things stable. All of these settings that have been applied can be found if you click the settings button here on the right, look in the relevant tab. The stream tab is where your service and stream key are. The output tab is where the video bitrate, the encoder and the recording options are. Finally, the video tab is where the output resolution options. Tabs for general audio hotkey advanced view tab. Final thing we do before we start streaming, add a scene and source. Let's start by renaming this default scene by right clicking it. I'm going to call this scene game since it's scene has a game player. Next, move across to the sources panel and plus icon. This shows all the different types of sources that you can see, things like text, image overlays, webcams, browser windows, sorts of other. Keep things super simple for this video. We're just going to be selecting game capture since we want to start by capturing our game. Make sure that you have your game running on a source that captures my full screen rather than something like windowed or
Andrew,
Mm,
want me to ready up?
yeah.
Okay.
Good, Stealthy. What's good, Frizzle? Bro. Thanks, Stealthy. I really don't stream on here that often. Like, I stream on Twitch, but YouTube. These settings for OBS, for streaming. I don't use OBS, bro. I really don't. I use Elgato, so.
Wait, Andrew, did you fix it?
So, for sure. Just gotta, I don't know. There's a lot of videos out there that can help you, bro. I don't want to tell you something that's not gonna help you. You know what I mean?
Andrew. Salty.
Please tell me I got it. Please tell me. I think I finally got my stream working well, but I just need to tweak some stuff.
I have to break your game.
Oh, okay, buddy.
Oh, I'm getting tagged. Help, help, help.
I'm going out right now.
No, I'm running to your house. We're all good.
From where?
Blue house, they were inside and tagging me from inside with the scar.
Oh, alright.
Watch out, watch out, watch out. Yeah. Slurp for you, slurp for you. Get the slurp.
Drinking a pop. I'm gonna drink a pop. Drink the slurp. Oh, I want that deagle, boy.
Me too. Oh, campfire.
Blue house. Come on, brother.
Lagged.
Oh, shit, kid.
I'm lagging, and you told me to put my stream quality up.